Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. Who's coming into your life next? Your romantic life, that is. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you're finding this video, it's good to go. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, we're popping a link for it up there, and you can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. Now, there's 2 ways in which to win a private reading with me every single month. First way is by being a subscriber to my channel, clicking like on this video or any video, and then leaving a comment. If you do those things, you'll get many entries into that prize draw at the end of the month. Second way is by purchasing the deeper dives to these bigger card reads. That'll get you entered into the second draw. So good luck with winning those. Well, all you need to do now is take a pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the Call Forth the Waves card. Would you like the flower? Flower is out with the Acceptance card. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the Born with a Gift card. So take your pick now. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw. I do it today's tarot every single day of the year on my other channel, Be Healing Tarot. So check that out. On that channel, I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show as well, where I give 1 question readings. You can book in for one of those 1 question readings at any time on my website. Find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. I do all the pre-book readings right at the start of the next live show, then send you the link to the replay, so you don't need to be able to make it live. Alternatively, come live to my manifestation masterclass in Psychic Cafe. Book in for your 1 question reading while I'm live, and I'll do it right away for you. It'd be lovely to connect in with your energy. I also make 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week on this channel as well. So thank you so much for subscribing and all of this and your interactions on this channel. And what else? That's it. I offer private readings, of course, as well. Well, take your pick now. Crystal, flower, or shell. I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you, crystals, let's find out who's coming into your life. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading without further ado and find out who's coming into your life. We've got Call Forth the Waves and the Creation of Light. An interesting combination, this. So, okay, when we say call forth the waves, that is when we are wanting a little bit of disruption in our lives. You know, perhaps things have got stagnant, and so we're calling forth the waves. We want something more exciting, perhaps a bit of drama in our life, things like that. But then this creation of light, so something easier. So this is a really nice mix, because we don't want to be doing the calling forth the waves and not be precise about what we're asking for, right? Because then we could just get drama and conflict and all kinds of things coming in. We don't just want waves, right? We want waves to surf on that's going to be fun. We don't want it to like break apart the boat and sink the boat, you know? So I like this mixture. Something that's going to be lighter, easier for you, better for you. But yeah, it's Call Forth the Waves. There's a bit of spice. There's a bit of spice in it. And so this person could be a bit disruptive, perhaps in a good way, breaking you out of ruts and that kind of thing. Let's find out more about them. Who's coming into your life, crystals? Next. Who's on the way to crystals? Road less traveled, someone quite unusual, and expression. So it could be someone that's really good, an orator, I heard. Someone that's really good at speaking. They could be public speaking, that kind of thing. Or they could just be really good at communicating themselves and their feelings. But quite unusual kind of a person. They could be someone that is unusually specific, like a good match with you. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say perhaps you know yourself really well and you're kind of peculiar. We all are, aren't we, once we're really truly ourselves? And they could be like a really good match to you in a similar kind of a way to your uniqueness as well. Uniquely right for you is what I'm trying to say. In a very roundabout the way, roundabout the houses way. Tell us more. Opportunity. You'll prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. This person is going to be expecting more from you. That call forth the waves, they've got something like they're going to be getting you to step up, perhaps out of your comfort zone. It doesn't feel like with them, do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like they're out of your comfort zone. Perhaps the circles that they run in or whatever, or something that they do and they want you to go along. It's requiring you to kind of step up a little bit out of your comfort zone. Tell us more. Tell us more about this person coming in. Cool. Yeah, the Three of Cups. This is what I'm getting. Perhaps the people that they're involved with, the people that they work with, or the circles that they run in could be more, I don't want to say a higher level, just perhaps doing more than you've done. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a higher level, like a higher vibration or anything like that, although it could be, but that's not what I'm getting. It could be perhaps they're more about achieving more, perhaps, in the world. It could be something like that. But the people that are around this person are just different than the energies that you're used to. Temperance. There's something about this person that's going to unsettle you, and it's not a bad thing. It's something, it's like they'll break you out of your complacency or the rut, the comfy rut that you've got yourself into. You know, it's like, you know, I do Muay Thai training. I'm really into it. And some of my trainers I've been training with for years and years. And so we're in our nice little comfy rut, you know. They have the little, the way that they do things, and I've got used to that, and they've got used to me, and we train together, and we could almost do it with our eyes closed, you know, and we can do it with our eyes closed. I mean, we don't even need to be paying attention. We can be like looking at who's going past on the road and stuff like that. We've been training that long. But then a new trainer comes along, and then I've got to be present again, and it takes me out of that comfortable rut, and it's good because it gets me present in my body. Got to be thinking about it again, got to be focused and all of that kind of thing. And so I'm not suggesting that this person is kind of out of your league and it's taking you somewhere you've never been before. You've probably been there before, but in those similar kind of energies, and pushed yourself out of your comfort zone before. But you know, we get used to those, and those new places, and we get used to our you know, it becomes our new comfort zone, doesn't it? They're taking you to something out of your comfort zone, this person. The Four of Cups, and they could come along when you were really despondent, like really thinking like, I don't like what's on offer, like, is there nobody for me kind of thing. You could have been single for a while and they come along. Now tell us about this Three of Cups. All of these people that are around them, perhaps they're a very popular person, perhaps they're very achieving a lot of things, and so there's a lot of people around them. Knight of Emotions, but romantic as well. This person is going to be good at speaking. They're going to pay attention to you, like in a romantic kind of a way. You're not going to feel like you are second fiddle or they're too busy for you or anything like that. You being their romantic interest, they will prioritize you in a way. It's all good. So it's not like someone who's like married to their job or anything like that. They might be quite committed to their job, but they're not going to leave you out, you know. So don't be worried about that with this person. Temperance. Yeah, this person's a little bit challenging to you. It's not that they're challenging. It's just being with them takes you out of your comfort zone. Like I said, which is a good thing. Tell us more about this. The Moon and into the unknown. You see, it's something that you haven't done before, or the kind of people that you haven't been around before, something like that. It takes you into the unknown. You know, some of you might get a bit clingy with this person as a result. So if you have tended toward anxiety in the past, and so you get yourself into a new, perhaps overwhelming situation at first, you could like cling to this person wanting their security. It feels like this person will pay you that attention that you need, in situations like that. But yeah, very much taking you into the unknown, this person. And psychic development, interesting. Could be helping you get in more, even more in tune with yourself. But what's this Four of Cups? It feels like they come along when you are kind of least expecting it, or when you're focused on, like, I'm not happy with the options that I've got around me. So they could come along when you least expect it, really. Muse of Voices, and they come in with clarity. It's like cut through it. It feels like clarity cutting right through it. I don't know. You could be pessimistic as this person comes in, but they're clear for the both of you, is what I'm getting here. You see, sometimes we don't have to have sorted everything out. We don't need to, for someone to come in. I don't need to be perfect and doing the law of attraction perfectly. For someone to come in, they could have the clarity and cut through your BS, your negativity. And so it feels like this person won't take no for an answer, that kind of thing, and they persist. They're a good communicator, remember. What else? Sexual energy, and so a lot of attraction between you as well, which is always nice. Got to have a bit of spice, right? Otherwise, what's the point? Tell us more. Tell us more about this person, please. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship. So it could start out as friends or have that solid base. Someone that you would choose as a friend, that kind of an energy. So for some of you, you might have been in past relationships where you'd never be friends with that person, but you end up in a relationship with them. And hopefully you've learned not to choose people like that. Best relationships based on friendship. Practice gratitude. You can be really grateful for this person. They could be a gratitude practicer as well. What am I getting? Tell us more about this person, please. Effort. It does feel like they're an achiever, this person, and they'll put a lot of effort into relationships as well. Gifts. They could have plenty of abundance. Be one of the love languages could be giving gifts as well, receiving gifts. And hope. They've got a positivity about them. Hopeful kind of a person. Practice gratitude, hopeful, positive kind of a person. Sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds like they might be positive when you're not, and be a nice balancer for you, lifting you up. But there's a problem here, withdrawal, and I feel like that's your energy. Trust. You might not be trusting of this person first, but it feels to me like they've got the clarity for both of you at the start, which is really nice, right? That we don't have to do the work all the time. Like sometimes we can be a little bit like doubting and insecure and all of that kind of thing, and the other person steps up and does that kind of work to reassure us, instead of us always having to do it ourselves to get into relationships or to have things sorted out. Let's get some messages out from them. What would they like to say? Now, this could be in the future. So much I want to tell you. There's something about this person, they might talk a lot. Yeah, they're a talker for sure. I feel like I'm not good enough for you. Now, that is something about your energy. It feels like they might be very attuned to you and noticing what's going on with you. And if they do something, your reaction, they might take it that way. Like, did crystals react like that because I'm not good enough for them? There's something in that. So a little bit of insecurity in them noticing what's going on with you and then perhaps taking it the wrong way. I abandon people to make myself feel important. Oh, okay. Tell us more. What do they want to say? I ran away because I felt I couldn't live up to needs and expectations. This is someone who, they're not talking about you here and running away from you. This is about someone that has changed their life significantly, and perhaps people in their old life view them that way, that they ran away from their old life. Feels like someone that's made significant changes in their life. Perhaps living in a completely different place, like I do. Please don't move on. This person's going to be quite attached to you. And I'm afraid of losing you. Yes, quite attached to you. So holding you really dear. This person's going to hold you really dear. So they've got a little bit of insecurity here, but a lot of clarity to overcome your insecurity right at the start, especially, which is good. And they're going to bring a lot into your life, this person. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more information. If you do, I will pop a link for up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It is an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. So good luck with that. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw for a free reading with me. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I will see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out who's coming into your life next. So as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, be popping a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Well, let's find out about this person, all about this person that is coming into your life. Now, without further ado, you got tending to the future, serious one, this one. Take responsibilities. Seriously. And acceptance. Okay. There's something about this person's life, something that's going on, or them or their life, that is not your choice. It's not ideal, but something that you'll need to accept. I don't know. I don't know what that might be. Like, for example, you might have said, oh, I don't want someone with children or something like that, and then they've got children. Probably unlikely that that's going to be the example, but they could have a complication in their life that is not your choosing, but yeah, this is someone that takes their responsibilities seriously. Courage. Courageous. A courageous person. Nice. Might have done big things in their life. I mean, not necessarily like achievements and stuff like that, but, you know, might have had to have made some important decisions in their life. Strong inner courage. What else? Empathy. Empathic person, a meditator. Empathy. Nice. So they do that inner work. They've got a spiritual bone in their body. That's a good thing, right? So I hope they've got a growth mindset as well. Is that important to you too? Let's see. Tell us more about this person coming into Flower's life. Fool. So yeah, they are a courageous person. They take risks in their life, perhaps calculated risks, because they take responsibilities seriously. But yeah, perhaps someone that's ready for a new beginning as well with this Fool card. The Eight of Swords, but there is something in their life. Bound to. Though they do take responsibilities seriously, so they've probably got a responsibility over someone, something that you're going to have to accept. Prioritizing something perhaps that you would prefer not to be. Three of Cups. Other people in their life. The people that are around. Let's find out more about this. Okay, so the Fool. Tell us about the Fool card. They're ready for a new start. They're ready for change in their life. Remember, they're courageous. The Three of Inspiration have been waiting for change in their life as well. So, okay, this person could have been living in stagnancy for a while. You might resonate with that too. That feeling too. What is behind that? Unlimited possibilities. Nice. Okay, so they're in stagnancy for a while, and the higher self is saying, well, that was because they weren't open to the very best for some time. And that might be you too. You might feel like you've been by yourself or stagnant for a while, but if you compare yourself to who you were maybe a year ago, or however long you've been alone or in this stagnancy, you might know now, you might notice that who you are now is very different than who you were back then. So the universe has kind of put a halt on both of you stepping into something new until you'd raised yourselves up to realizing, to being open to unlimited possibilities, the very best for yourselves, right? So they've been halted in their tracks, as have you, is what I'm hearing. But the Eight of Swords, they do have something going on in their life that kind of ties them down. Tell us more about this. Give us a clue. Four of Inspiration. Okay, something very solid in their life. Could be marriage. It could be marriage. So they could have children with someone else. They could take their responsibilities to someone that they marry very importantly, seriously, you know, like a financial responsibility or something to someone that they're married to, something like that. So yeah, it's not something that you would choose. It's not your ideal, but perhaps something that you just kind of have to accept. What's behind that? I'm not saying like if they're still married, you're going to have to accept it or something like that. It doesn't feel like that way to me. It just feels like they take the responsibilities seriously, and so sacred space is behind that. Interesting. Now, this person could have a parent that didn't do that, and so that's why they do it, you know. If they had like parents that broke up and one parent didn't support the other one, and they'd be like, I would never do that, you know. It could be something like that. It's important to them anyway. It's important. There's a reason that they've got this tending the future, this very serious kind of responsible energy. But that's a good thing, right? When it involves you, it's a good thing. Three of Cups, but there's something about other people around them. What's this? Ace of Inspiration. Okay. So perhaps their friends are encouraging them to do something new, to like advocate for themselves. As I said, this person could be quite serious and be quite strict with themselves about their responsibilities, and their friends could be encouraging them to just follow the passion, start something new. It's like, you're allowed to be happy, you know, do something for yourself, that kind of thing. So it feels like they've got good people around them advocating for them, but it feels like they might be hard on themselves, you know. They might not have really got that self-love down pat, but as I said, it could just be that the circumstances that they were in, perhaps as a child, caused them to take responsibility very seriously. It doesn't feel like that's something they're going to let go of. It feels like they've got good justification for that. They've got a good reason to do that, you know. When we experience things as a kid, there's things that we don't like. There's two ways that we can respond to that. One way is to do the same thing, just like be completely unconscious of it and just like do the same thing to someone else. Or we can really be conscious of it and go, I don't want anyone to experience this thing that I don't like, and so to do the opposite, you know. This person, I think, has been conscious of it and then done the opposite. So past, present and future, it's because of something in the past, I told you. And so they've made a solid rule for themselves, and it's good, and it makes sense for them, and it's like important to them. Tell us more about this person. They could be quite stubborn, especially in that. They might not just be like stubborn nature, but they'll be stubborn in this because they've got good reason. Got transformation. So they've been through a lot of changes in their life. With that Courage card, I was getting that like, they could have made like big changes in their life. Tell us more. Make time for self-love. This is what they need to do. So they're a little bit harsh on themselves, and they need to make time for self-love. And that could be what they're learning at the moment. And it certainly feels like that's what their friends are telling them to. So there's going to be this spark between you, but you're going to have patience with this person. Why? Because they're so serious. They're going to be guarded. Okay, they're going to be guarded. But there's going to be a spark between you, and so it might take this person a while to open up. We'll find out about the progression of it in that deeper dive read. Tell us more. The lovers and the erotic. So yes, there's going to be more than a spark between you. Strong, healthy sex life and passion between you and all of that. Once you do get together, it feels like it might be a slow process for you to get together. You know, because this person might have just thought that they're going to be single until they don't have to have this responsibility anymore. Well, let's get some messages. What do they want to say? This was just a fling. Yeah, I think this person could be thinking that they're not ready for a relationship, or that like they've got too much responsibility going on to have a relationship, only open to fling, that kind of thing. Interesting. Too many. Tell us more. What else do they want to say? Hey. I'm so sorry. Perhaps that they don't take it seriously from the start. Well, it's not that they don't take it seriously. This person's all about being serious, but that they don't think it's a longer term thing, or that perhaps they didn't treat it like that from the start. I think the world of you. You're going to grow on them. I gave into temptation. Predominantly, there's going to be the spark between you, and there's going to be that attraction. Yeah, and it feels like this is going to grow into something more. Perhaps that's why that patient stuff came out. Because they're going to be guarded, you know, to open up to even more. Perhaps very protective of the life and the responsibilities that they've got going on here. Whatever that is. No, for some of them it could be like looking after a disabled brother or something like that, you know, you just never know. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. So they're going to regret the start of this. The way that they handle it. I dream of you. You're going to affect this person for sure. I get emotional when I think of you. Tell you that you're going to grow on this person. Opening them up. Childhood wounding is influencing my actions. Yeah, it's absolutely for sure, in a big way, this person. In a big way. You might be able to help them to love themselves more. Or perhaps not. I mean, you might not be best placed for that. To help them out with that. But it feels like their friends are helping them with that. Very interesting. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I will pop a link for up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second draw too, so good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out who's coming into your life and all about them. So, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. I don't know why it has to go all glitchy and funny at the start of every video. It's so annoying. They fixed it. They fixed this issue and then they broke it again. The software people. Hopefully they'll fix it again and realise that they broke it again. Let's find out who's coming into your life. and all about them. Shells. Oh, it's a talented person. For some of you, this is a professional something or other. They could be an athlete, professional athlete or something like that, or a musician or something like that. They've got a particular talent, born with a gift, very talented. Artist, perhaps, musician, athlete, I don't know. Is born with a gift, so it's something like athlete, like something that they're naturally endowed with. Naturally, I've got good genes for being an athlete. I put muscle on very easily. It's very strong. Very strong. I wish I'd have pursued it more, you know. I did whitewater kayaking when I was a kid, and the coach for the England team picked me up, wanted me to paddle for England, wanted to coach me. Started off doing the coaching with that, but then I ended up capsizing one time in freezing. Oh, it was so cold that day. Freezing weather's in a very fast-paced whitewater, freezing cold river, and I couldn't breathe. I capsized, had to bail out, couldn't flip my kayak over, couldn't breathe. It scared the life out of me. I didn't want to do it again. Apart from in warm water, I do it in warm water. I didn't want to do it again, and that was the end of that. But I kind of wished that had my childhood and me not be so anxious, and you know, had I healed myself, I wish I'd have pursued more of my athletic side. But you know, such is life. I'm pursuing it now. We've got tending the garden. So it's someone that is focused on what they do. Like if they are an athlete, they'll be training a lot, that kind of thing. Tending the garden, they get on with it. Like they're very driven in that particular area, which makes me think more of the athlete kind of thing. Could be artist, or a musician, or something like that. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean, we see what peers back. There could be something that's a reflection of you as well, and bringing something out of you with respect to that. Let's find out more. So it's a talented person. We've got that. And perhaps driven. Seven of Swords. Oh no, we don't like to see that. It's the BS card. It's the deception card. We'll find out what that's all about. It's not a liar, is it? Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled. I want to get the other cards out before I read into this, especially with that Seven of Swords coming out first. Death and rebirth, major changes in this person's life. Okay, let's find out what this Seven of Swords is all about. Don't tell us this is a liar. Seven of Swords, why the Seven of Swords? What is this deception? Queen of Emotions. So Queen of Emotions is the nurturer. Okay, the World and the Queen of Voices. Okay, Queen of Voices can be an ex. The World, they gave the world to them. Perhaps what they have got is in the ex's name or something like that. Eight of Emotions, they've walked away from something and confused about the choices, so perhaps didn't make the best choices when they walked away from an ex. So does this person have a lot to give? There's something deceptive there. You want to receive from this person, the Queen of Emotions. They probably want to give to you too, but they've made some dodgy decisions about a breakup in the past, or perhaps before a breakup they might have just like put everything into someone else, their ex's name or something like that, and as they've walked away they've made bad decisions there. So instead of like sorting it out there on the spot so that they reclaim back what was rightfully theirs, perhaps they didn't like break up properly and sort stuff out completely. This is a bit messy. So they might lie about that, about what they've got to offer at first. They might just be holding back just a little bit. You know, if you ask them questions, they might give you a funny answer or something like that. It might be obvious that they hold back. They're holding something back. It's embarrassment, to tell you the truth, is what it is. So are they a liar? Yes, they kind of are, but it's because this person wasn't strong in sorting stuff out when it needed to be sorted out. It kind of reminds me of an ex this. I had a partner who in COVID time lost everything because they lost their relationship, and they had a gym. They had a house and they had a car, but it was all in the wife's name. And then when that relationship broke down in COVID times, they lost everything because it was all in her name. And not only did they lose everything, but the business went because of COVID, of course. And so there was nothing left to share out in the end. It's terrible. But, you know, sometimes we have to do those difficult things with a breakup, right? To divide things out fairly and sort it out at that time. And with that 8 of emotions and that 7 of cups. 7 of cups is when you've got like a confusion about your choices, confused about the choices. They might have had people around them going, just, you know, let them have what they want, or death card is behind that. So something ended and they didn't sort it out properly when it did. So they've got complications, and I just feel like, you know, you'll ask them questions, direct questions about something, and they won't answer you openly and honestly as a result, because they're embarrassed that they haven't sorted something out in their life. Whew, okay, so 9 of Cups, the wishes, fulfillment, happiness, Hierophant, they want something long term. Okay, this person might be a pushover, you know. They might just be a little bit too soft. That's why they didn't sort something out. But yeah, I feel like they'll see like you're their wish fulfillment and be very happy together. They want something long term. Could be a very loyal person, this one. To a fault. Feels like they gave the world to that person. Didn't advocate for themselves. Interesting to find out what this death and rebirth card is, because it's the second time it's come up there. What's that? I mean, what's this? 9 of Cups, the Sun, the Hierophant, discernment and ancient wisdom. Oh, they've learned some of the lessons then to be discerning. So they're choosing you as a better choice, as someone that's not going to rip them off or whatever happened to them. Death and rebirth, so a significant change in their life. Getting stronger. Okay, good. Getting stronger. Oh, are they going to sort it out? Perhaps they're going to sort it out now, if they can. If it's even possible. If they didn't really make the dodgiest of decisions and like sign everything away. So they're stronger and they're going to be making big change in their life. Emotional release behind that. We have these lessons, right? And whenever we have given away too much, it has repercussions. When we're being soft like that and we think, oh, it's just easier to walk away from this, there's repercussions with that. The universe goes, you think so? You think you're going to get away with that one? Because empowerment is a real thing, you know. And the universe has got to balance things up somehow. And if you're not going to claim what is rightly yours, you're going to have to learn to claim what is rightly yours. There's no getting away from that. We need to learn that lesson. The empowerment lesson usually comes after learning about boundaries and stuff like that. So perhaps this is what this person is learning about at the moment, and they're going to right things that were wrong. It doesn't feel like someone wronged them here. It feels like they were complicit in that by being too soft. You got a big softie here to a fault. Okay, tell us more about them. This big softie to a fault. Ooh. Important right now to take a step back, spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now's the time to give to yourself. So it feels like this person is kind of resting at the moment, alone, recuperating, figuring out their life, that kind of thing. Reflecting on stuff, decisions that they've made, perhaps figuring out how to turn things around. They've got practice gratitude as well. So it's a grateful person. Positive, grateful person, perhaps a pushover. Big softie. What else? Spark. There'll be a spark between you, a lot of attraction between you. Spy. They're going to notice, right? So there's going to be this attraction from them to you. They're going to notice you from a distance, perhaps. And there'll be that spark there, intrigued. There's something here about this discernment and ancient wisdom they've learned. They've learned how to choose somebody positive for them now, someone that's not going to rip them off. Laughter. You could have a real laugh together. Deception, though, you see? There's that deception thing. You can have a laugh together. You know how I said, you ask them a direct question, then they just make a joke. And then we know, right? It's like, why aren't you answering me? It's all very funny when you laugh along and it's like, you're hiding something, right? Behind their laughter is deception, and it's not bad deception. They're embarrassed to reveal something to you. It's almost like that it will take them a while to be fully open with you and answer all your questions because they're a bit embarrassed about it. I mean, we don't tell all our deepest, darkest secrets and the things that we're most ashamed of when we first meet somebody. But you see, the questions that you'll be asking probably have something to do with their status and all of that kind of stuff, right? The questions that we ask when we first start dating somebody. And it's like in that respect that they can't be honest with you because they're embarrassed about it. So doubt, it feels like they're going to have to be sure about you before they open up to you and be like fully honest about the stuff here. But that could have you thinking like, what is this person hiding? Well, it's a good thing that you're watching this reading, right? Because you can give this person a little bit more benefit of the doubt. But, you know, do still notice red flags and all of that kind of thing, but persist in asking them the questions. Yeah, and that whole laughter deflection thing, telling a joke instead of answering your question, you know? It's a sure sign, isn't it, that someone's got something to hide. But as I said, that can be down to insecurities. Feel terrible for hurting you. They won't want to do it. Like, they'll know that it's something that they do. That the whole making light of something, laughter, cracking a joke when you've asked them a serious question that you want the answer to. So they'll feel bad about it, about deceiving you, omitting the truth. It's more omitting the truth than deceiving you, really. You deserve better than me. They'll feel real bad about it, real bad about it. I'm afraid of commitment. Wow, no wonder, right? No wonder with what this person's been through. It's like not trusting themselves to go there again. It's what they want, though, to be happy in a long-term thing. That's what their real wishes are. But they'd be so afraid of it, you know, because they've made bad choices in the past. The person that they chose, not just that, the way that they handled a breakup and advocating for themselves and fairness and all of that kind of thing. They should have stood up for themselves, empowered themselves in that moment. I'm done playing games. They're over it. They're over playing games. Passion and desire a lot between you, and I feel like I can be my true self around you. Nice. So they will open up and tell you all of these things eventually, because they'll feel comfortable with you and feel like they can be the true selves around you. But it just might take some time for them to reveal the stuff that they're ashamed of here. But I do like that the death and rebirth card has come out twice here as well, and the strength card along with it, because it does feel like this person is learning their lesson, you know, and doing something about it. Well, let's hope they are. That if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. And if you do, I'll pop a link for up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive read as well, that'll get you an entry into that prize, to the second prize draw with me at the end of the month. So good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me for even more information to that deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.